Welcome to the Red Couch Podcast. I'm your host Sam, and today I'm joined with
Craig,
Jack,
Anthony,
James,
and that is all.
but importantly, Craig.
Yes, and
Fuck all those guys.
Craig will be leaving the podcast in our next segment.
20
10,
minutes.
15 minutes.
That's a shame. Anyways, guys, we're going to go on talk about what we've been playing lately, and because I never really seem to get the chance to say what I'm playing because you always go off on rants, I've been playing Mortal Kombat 9 lately.
So rants, yeah, guys?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls,
Fire Emblem.
what character have you been using on Mortal Kombat?
You know, I started off using Sub-Zero
Ooh, scrub.
because I was watching a Maximilian video, and he was saying that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are like the best characters to players to get into the game. Now I'm like, this is like the first fighting game I think I've actually like bought.
Yeah.
I've never really been in them before, but Harry always brings around Street Fighter 4. I thought, oh yeah, I like the whole competitive nature of them. But I was like, Street Fighter, it's a good game and all that, but Mortal Kombat's more my thing. You know, I think it's one of those things. It's like you're either a Saints Row guy or a GTA guy, you're either a Pepsi or Coca-Cola guy.
Yes.
You're a Mortal Kombat guy or a total pussy.
Yeah. One thing that I really like about fighting games, when you were saying about the competitive nature, is that it's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to grab the most OP weapon and there's like 50 other people in the game and stuff. Now with fighting games, it's you, the other guy, you're going to fight it out. There's 3 rounds. It's going to be whoever gets the best out of 3 wins. And then sometimes you get the round where it's like, oh, I beat you in the beginning, you beat me. Now it's the hype as fuck final round. And
It takes skill though, doesn't it? That's the thing with fighting games.
you see, that's the thing as well. Everything is skill based. It's not even reaction time. It's trying to outdo your opponent.
Yeah.
And you need to get inside their head.
This
it's
is
all mind
one
games.
of the things though, right? Because I played the Mortal Kombat demo before I actually bought it, and I was actually like on the demo, I could like beat every like 4 fighters on it on expert, and I was like, yeah, I'm great at Mortal Kombat. Now actually, I'm really bad at medium mode. But this is the thing, right? When I'm winning, I've been playing through the storyline mode, which is actually really interesting and really fun.
It's a really, really good way of doing a storyline for a fighting game.
Yeah, I was really enjoying it. I like the lore behind Mortal Kombat. But this is the thing, right? I started to think, because I know a few combos, I know how to do a few special moves, right? But when I'm winning, I'm thinking, did I win because I'm good at the game, or did I win because I button mash? Now, I don't just like, obviously I don't like usually bash
Button mash.
button mash, yeah. But there isn't much of like a strategy behind how I win. It is me just kind of going for different moves.
Yeah.
So I guess that isn't button mashing, so to say. But it is just me kind of like, I mean, sometimes there is like things where like I was fighting Sectors and I was Scorpion, and I thought a clever thing to do is when he goes to do his teleport, I teleport behind him uppercut. I thought that was, that's a clever sort of strategy to use. But on other times when I use moves, I think, am I good at the game? Or am I like just lucky at times?
I mean, I want to say a couple of the tactics I use with my favourite Baraka that I've kind of developed over time. And I must admit, when I first started playing Mortal Kombat, I was very much the kind of guy who button mashes. But after playing it for like extended periods of time, like you begin to really get the grips with the combo system and all the specials.
Yeah.
And like, who can forget about the brilliant X-rays? Absolutely love the
Yeah,
X-rays.
they are pretty cool. I mean, it's one of those games apparently like out of all the fighting games, it's like the easiest one to get into.
Yeah.
And I like that because like I think with fighting games is like obviously I've got like a lot like going on at the moment like work wise. So I like playing fighting games because I can come in at night, I can have something to eat and then I can just sit and play a fighting game. And the best thing is I can like, even when I wake up in the morning sometimes and I've got to be out at like for like about a 9ish. Mm-hmm. If I wake up at say like 8, I can have a quick few fights on Mortal Kombat, get ready, then go out. And I think that's what's great about fighting games. And during like obviously we have exams soon, they are great for like that's like quick, fast,
like a quick fix. It's not like with like I've been playing a lot of Battlefield lately on the PS4, and one thing I've noticed is that there's like an 80-minute time limit on games. Usually the game ends at about 35 minutes till the finish. So like if you're sitting down, you're going to be like, I'm going to finish this game of Battlefield. It's like an hour plus long time of commitment to like finishing that game, because I play Conquest, like the big scale Conquest with 64 players. So that's a lot of investment with time. Same with things like Dota and stuff. because I've heard that can take absolutely ages to finish a game.
Yeah.
While with,
Anyways,
fighting games, it's like boom, boom, boom.
The only problem is you're having fun and then someone beats you repeatedly and then you take the controller that you have in your hand and beat them repeatedly. And then you're not so fucking funny now. Oh, you with your 10-hit combos, fuck you.
Moving on though.
That's why I have one less, brother.
Before you leave, because it's getting on to what have you been playing lately?
Fire Emblem Awakening.
What do you think of that game?
It's eating my time.
It is. It does, doesn't it?
Okay, you like it?
Yes, I do. The only problem I have with it is this really awkward thing. The marriage system in it is a really good idea, but there is a character that looks like a 12-year-old girl. Admittedly, she's in a 1,000-year-old dragon, but she looks like a 12-year-old girl, and she can get. Yeah, I thought so, James. And she can get married.
I know who you mean. It is a bit.
Yeah.
I don't really
No, he is. I know.
explore the game that much to do many marriages, but I know what you mean, and I think that is a bit weird.
I must admit, I've never played Fire Emblem, so I have no idea what sort of game it is or how it plays.
It's a tactical RPG.
Yeah.
So more along the lines of the old Final Fantasies.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy
titles.
Tactics. It's like turn-based tactical RPG. It's very good actually. I really enjoyed it when I played it.
Things like Civilization crossed with Final Fantasy.
I guess there is a bit of it has like that Civilization, so like turn-based mechanics, but then it's more like an RPG as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, what have you been playing, James?
Hang on, just quickly, for the record, Gaius and Cordelia forever. Yay!
I don't know what that means.
I'll lend you
Someone
the game
know
you
what
can
that means.
I
understand.
don't have a 3DS.
I'll lend you my DS, you can play it.
James,
Just take it, play
James,
it.
do you want bat in that colour?
Yeah, okay. My gaming habits lately have been drooling over my Dark Souls 2 pre-order.
Oh, look at that, Dark Souls 2.
And playing a bit of Battlefield 4. I've found another free-to-play game at the moment on the PS4. By found, I mean I downloaded it in the past and I've been playing a metric shit ton of it because
Which game is this?
it's Warframe. You ever heard of it?
Yes.
I own it. Well, I have it on my hard drive. And I've never played it.
The only way I can explain it is it's like the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, but with space ninjas.
I don't like ninjas.
Oh
I
my
prefer
god, that
pirates.
sounds brilliant, sign me up.
I haven't played it since the beta because it was on beta on PC.
Yeah.
And what has changed is when I played it, it was just literally running from one end of a ship to another, cutting and shooting people.
There's a lot of variation in missions right now because I think I'm up to update 1.61 or 1.16, one of the two. And there's a lot of mission variety in it. Some missions are like you need to go here and sabotage this thing, and then you need to withdraw to escape. There's somewhere it's like you need to go, you need to find specific people, you need to injure those specific people, and then you capture them, and then you escape. It's always go, do something, then escape. It's linear in that sense, but all of the ships are procedurally generated, so it's random every time, I think. But it really seems that way because I've played the same mission.
So is it like a
couple of
dungeon
times.
crawler?
It is actually a lot like a dungeon crawler set in space with ninjas. It's
I
a really,
prefer
really
space
interesting.
pirates.
Well, you've advertised that game well to me, I think.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting space pirates basically. So
it's the age-old argument, ninjas versus pirates, but with space.
Yeah, there's some pretty interesting missions
are
to
better.
do with assassinations and stuff. Because the bosses in that game, they're not easy bosses to beat. They'll beat the shit out of you. You do need to work as a team to take them out. But other than that, one thing I've noticed about it though is the melee in it. On the PS4, I'm not sure about the PC. Melee on the PS4.
Yeah, PS1.
No, it really doesn't feel that good. I've seen PC players complain about the shooting being too lightweight and the combat feeling meaty. Well, personally, I feel the combat's too lightweight and the shooting feels meaty. Because with the PS4 controller, I'm getting a lot of kickback on the guns I use. While on the PS4, the combat, I'm hitting the combat button and I'm using a sword on someone that cuts through them, but I'm not getting any resistance and I'm just spamming it and it feels shite. My last gripe with it is the entire thing is a microtransaction. It's free to play, but it's all microtransactions.
Well,
Pay to win.
you
Yeah,
can.
pay to win.
Yeah.
What I've heard is you can do it without microtransactions.
That's what I'm doing at the moment.
But it's something like it takes like 3 days to make a suit, and that's without like farming to get all the stuff you need to make it in the first place.
I recently just made a sword that's slightly more powerful than the base one you get. That thing took, I think it's 11 hours, 12 hours to make. And it's not in game time, you just have to turn it off. You just have to turn it off, but it's pretty shite. Anyway, Jack, what have you been playing today and last week?
I did this segment, yeah, bitch.
This is a mutiny, bitch.
Ooh!
Ooh, we'll settle it. Sub-Zero versus Baraka.
Viva la revolution!
Until the
me
fight's over.
So Jack, the better segue. What have you been playing, man?
I've been playing a lot, well, not a lot. It depends. I've been playing a lot of Dota 2, which I still suck at. Animal Crossing.
You always seem to be playing Animal Crossing.
He is always playing
Is
Animal
it
Crossing. I've seen.
continuing? Is it
Oh God, Jack, you always play the same game over and over again.
And, Humble Bundles just came out, so I've been playing Dust, which is, I don't know how many people know about it, but it's, you play as this person called Dust who's lost his memory, and then there's a flying bird animal thing, and everyone's human animals in it. Right.
So it's a furry's wet dream.
Yeah.
I'm sure that game got called like Fairy the Game when it came out like 2 years ago. Because I remember playing the demo on Xbox Live and I was like, this is really good. And my mate's like, Fairy the Game. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying it. I ain't no fairy.
And you're on a quest, like, trying to get your memory back. And basically, there's this king who is a massive racist and killing like this whole group of people, and you have to stop him.
Is he killing fairies though?
No, he's killing lizard people.
Because if he was killing the fairies, then it would be like fine. Yeah.
Yeah, if he was killing the fairies, it wouldn't be really a great plot, would it? But lizard people are pretty.
Well, there goes 90% of our fan base.
Anyways, Anthony, what have you
Do we
been
have
playing
enough for
lately?
90%?
Yeah, all them 2 people.
How can you divide people? How can you divide people
Anyway,
like that?
anyway, I've been playing something quite a bit more retro. I've been playing on Mario, the first Mario game.
Is this Super Mario Bros. Deluxe? You can't do that, James. Nintendo will sue. Content
I'll edit it out. Oh God, sorry.
Yeah, I've been playing on Super Mario Deluxe.
Bye, internet. I've got to go now.
Craig's left the headquarters. Anyways, Mario Deluxe.
Well, Nintendo before Christmas had a small promotion where they had if you were to join the Nintendo Network, which is their Xbox Live kind of equivalent, if you had
superior equivalent.
Yeah. If you had their if you did like an account for the 3DS, you would get a free download code. And it only took like 2 months for it to happen. So I got the code like February, like halfway through February, and I've just been playing on that since because Mario and it's addictive.
Good game.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember because you were the one who informed me about it, and I got it. And because you informed me on the first ever time we got together for Red Coins.
Yeah.
That famous time.
That was a beautiful.
A nice little inside joke for the Red Coins, which if we ever become famous and we're doing like a memories video, we'll discuss it because by then the person this is about won't care. Anyways, I remember getting my email saying like, oh yeah, when I like register my Nintendo Network account with my 3DS, I got an email that same day like, oh yeah, you probably get a code between the 12th of February and I think it was like the 24th or something like that. And I was like, oh well, that's like that's a week and a bit. And I got mine straight away. I got mine on like the 12th. I was like, oh well, that's not bad.
I got mine on the 14th.
Do you know what happened? I played it once, and I don't like my Mario Deluxe. The screen, it's like I don't know how like.
It's so zoomed in, isn't it?
Yeah, the screen's zoomed in, so like it just feels weird. I have got like a copy of Mario on me Wii, I could get one on my Wii U, and I've got the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe and All Stars. All Stars for the Wii.
Yeah.
So I've got the definitive version of the game. So playing on my 3DS just feels really weird.
Yeah.
Like why do they not just port I know Super Mario Bros. Is already out for the eShop, but I don't see the point of releasing Deluxe when the original is a superior port. I know Deluxe has the lost levels, but you can get the lost levels too. So.
Yeah, but to be honest, it can't complain too much. It was free, so you can't.
Yeah. I know. I'm just nitpicking. Anyways, let's get on to the topics this week, and I want to talk about the Xbox One price drop.
Expo.
So the Xbox One has recently had a price drop. It's now £400. But some places are selling it for £370.
No.
I think the official price is $399.
Yeah.
So 399 squids, and then some places are selling it for cheaper. And I think the bundle with Titanfall, I think it's either $399 or it just costs the same as the original.
No, yeah, it's $399.
It's $399.99. Extra
Ooh.
99 pence.
Oh, that's a complete rip-off.
If it was 98, then I'd be fine.
Well,
But
the thing is with that, right? I mean, the Xbox One came out on the 22nd of November, and it's already got a price drop.
To be honest, I don't think that's a price drop. I think it's a price correction.
Yeah.
Because the price we were paying was what? It was the same or minus 50 quid, to what the Americans were paying. The Xbox One was something like $400 and odd.
It was $499 everywhere.
$499 everywhere, right? So think about it.
So that's
We're paying-
$299 in UK.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the problem
So,
is,
so that's we're paying an extra maybe
That's
£100 or something along those lines. to
well,
what?
no, we're still paying an extra £100.
see, the problem
Are
is,
Yeah.
What?
the problem
That's
is when
ridiculous.
companies do this, that it's so terrible. They always equate for dollars to pounds. So we're always paying more than America is. And I mean, we do have extra stuff like VAT, but it's never really enough to come to the extra
Who
amount
has
of money we
better-
pay.
So out of that £100, there'll be probably what's VAT? It's 14.odd%, isn't it, or something along those lines? So there'll be about 14 quid out of that £100 that we have to pay extra. This is really loose maths. Don't trust a single thing I'm saying. But
James Potts, economist.
economy time. Don't buy anything.
Who has a better economy though? Is it us or America?
I don't know, because America's in trillions of pound debt. We're in billions of pound debt.
Dollar, pound for pound. Relatively speaking, I think we're doing better than the US.
Fuck yeah!
well, look-
Sucking that America.
America, oh shit. UK, fuck it.
Rule Britannia. Britannia rule the waves.
I must get over the nationalistic part of the podcast. Was
Nationalistic, I mean patriotic.
Yeah, it's slight
Nationalism.
difference between nationalism and patriotism.
Yeah, nationalism's a bit more fascist, if anything. But so I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Xbox One? Would you ever think about picking one up?
Well, considering I picked up a PS4, the odds of me picking up an Xbox One, I mean, I still don't have the PS3, to put it that way. I picked up a 360, never got the PS3, and I picked up a PS4, so I doubt I'll ever pick up the Xbox One.
See, right, now, I always said, I'll have an Xbox and a Wii, and I'll be happy with that. And I did pick up a PS3. And to be fair, I prefer my PS3 over the Xbox 360, hence why I picked the PS4. Which I am enjoying when I actually have games for it, which might say I'm going to get to the Strider game, which just came out.
Did you hear what happened with the Xbox Live and that?
What happened?
Loads of people got free copies of it because there was a guy who someone on his friends list had played the game early before release, and so they went to his they viewed the games, compared games, and they got onto the Strider download page on the Xbox Live Marketplace, and then he downloaded it for free because since it wasn't up yet, they weren't charging anything. Because I think the charges only kick in when the thing officially goes up. So a shit ton of people downloaded the Strider game for free because their mates had played it before the game.
That's hilarious.
Aye.
But Capcom weren't happy. We're losing money. Have you ever saw that Angry Joe show when he does when he has the character as Capcom? He should totally do. Angry Joe should totally do take the piss out of Capcom with that character.
Have you seen the latest Rambo game?
Apparently it's awful.
Oh god, I was watching the Angry Joe review of it, and I watched a Turtle Biscuit video of it. $40. It takes 2 hours if you're good at the game, and if you don't keep dying. Like 2 hours, $40. It's an on-rail shooter, and like it does, like it absolutely butchers the IP. Like even Stallone in it, he looks like somebody's just covered him in Vaseline for the entire video game. Like he's always caked in sweat, and his face, it looks like someone's taken Stallone's face, modelled it, and then smacked him in the face with a frying pan to like level it all out with it. So it looks absolutely hideous. Plus his hair is just a big black box around his head. It's like,
I think we should have it. We should, when it goes down in price to like £5, we should definitely do a video on that. Anyways, do you know about the Xbox One, right? So yeah, obviously I don't own one at the moment. And I'm not really planning on owning one. I don't see like the point. And I mean, what I hate about having a PS3 and Xbox 360 is, right, it's like PS3 was my favourite console for last generation. There's no denying that. But like, my collection is split where like I have about 40 odd games on the Xbox 360, then about 30 odd on the PS3. And it's kind of like, I wish I could have just had like most of them on the PS3, because it's like neither system has like amazing exclusives.
I don't know, I think PS3 with the bonus of having Naughty Dog on their side.
Yeah.
You see, Naughty Dog was one of the main selling points for me heading across the PS4, because I knew the PS4 was thinking of doing that streaming backwards compatibility stuff. So I was like, well, I could pick up a PS3 and an Xbox One, or I could just pick up a PS4 and still get the next gen, plus all of the Naughty Dog next gen games that are going to be coming out and the previous gen.
So I'm just getting more of a PlayStation guy in general. But the thing is, I might end up, I never know, I might end up wanting to get an Xbox One. I mean, I would love for like if Red Coins to get an Xbox One, like a company one.
I like a communal one.
Yeah, that would be good. 'Cause I mean, I wouldn't have to own the console, but I'd have like a console which I can come in and work and play Killer Instinct on, because I really want to get that game. And I'm sure there's a potential of they might make a decent Fable game. I'm not putting money on that, but they might do. And who knows, Banjo, because all Conga, they could come back. So I do think though I will stick to PS4 for this generation. I've got the Wii U as well, obviously, but like I would just like to have like a nice collection of like it's like this like last gen's greatest games. A lot of them are actually experienced on the 360, but I know that so it's like weird. I'm like, oh yeah, I love last gen. What's your favourite console? PS3. What are your favourite games? Oh yeah, Fallout New Vegas for the 360, Oblivion. It's like, oh yeah, it doesn't seems a bit weird, but I think that if I get an Xbox One, which I think there's no doubt I will get one, but I think that'll be either on a whim when I've got a bit spare cash.
Or you'll pick it up like CEX a couple of years down the line with a super cheap sort of
I can see me buying an Xbox One, right? Cause I think this generation will probably last, like similar like the last generation did.
Like 7 years ish.
I think the sixth or 7th year. I'll pick one up when it's about when it's between £100 and £200, and it's got a few good exclusive games I can enjoy. That's when I'll pick one up. It'll never be my main console though. I mean, I always said, PS3, I'll just get that for all the exclusives. But the PS3 did become my main console, and I'll buy mostly multi-platform games on the PS3. So,
quick question: what game do you think is gonna draw you into the next gen? Like, what game that's announced at the moment and is coming for the PS4? Do you think will take you off the previous gen games and bring you straight onto the next gen?
Kind of like what Bioshock did.
Yeah, because you see, at the moment, my issue is I was really hyped for Thief, but then I was like, Dark Souls is not coming to Dark Souls 2 is not coming to the next gen. They've kind of hinted it might way down the line, but for now, I'm sticking on the last gen to play the games that I really love to play. And next gen, at the moment, the game that I think is really going to draw me into it, the one that's going to get released the closest anyway, is either going to be Infamous Second Son.
That's really good.
Or The Order 1866.
I must say, actually, I will jump to next gen and play the PS4 more than I'm doing at the moment. I do think I'll also have a PS3 set up, just for good measure.
Aye.
But that's an interesting question. I guess I would say Watch Dogs, but the problem with Watch Dogs is it's not really a next gen game because it's on last gen hardware. Same with Thief, and Thief hasn't been getting very good reviews.
And I've seen mixed things about that.
Yeah, I'll probably still pick it up when it's quite cheap. But I'm thinking, at the moment, there's nothing which I'm thinking, wow, that's going to blow my mind. But I'll tell you what it is though, I think there's games which I think are in development or being teased, which I think will draw us in. And I can tell you 2 which haven't been announced but have been rumoured and have been teased by the respective companies. And the both are the 4th game, well, numerically in the series, they've had plenty more games than that, but one of them, and they both begin with F. So obviously, you probably guessed.
Is one a Final Fantasy one?
No, that happened like 20
No,
years
yeah.
ago.
Final Fantasy 4 came out like the 80s, I think, or 90s. But actually, one of them's Fallout 4. As you can probably imagine, I'm a massive Fallout fan. Love
I can't wait to see what they do with that, with like the things it can pull off on the next
well, I think that'll be great. I'm also looking forward to Far Cry 4, which is obviously the third tease that.
Ooh, what's been teased?
You know what? You're gonna have to find out for yourself.
Because I know they've been teasing Assassin's Creed 5.
Yeah.
And
God.
I think there's...
Well, I think Ubisoft confirmed that Far Cry 4 is definitely in development. I must say, Ubisoft. Like, I was talking to Richard, who's one of the contributors on the site, and I was talking about what's it called? Like shooters I like. 'Cause I don't really play that many shooters, and I was saying the only 2 shooter franchises I really like are like the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six games and Far Cry, and I realised, wow, I really have a bias to Ubisoft. I really love Rayman as well.
Yeah, Ubisoft are pretty good. I think outside of Assassin's Creed, which I've never really been able to get into, I think they're one of my kind of top companies because they made like Rayman and
yeah,
they made Rayman.
They made Rayman
and
Prince of Persia.
Rayman.
Prince of Persia is like one of my favourite game series.
Yeah,
Well, the Sands of Time ones anyway.
I guess
one thing that I've can't wait to see what they do with Assassin's Creed 5 is I'm desperately hoping they do something new with the combat.
The combat is. I've got Assassin's Creed 4 and actually I was enjoying it, but I
ship stuff's great.
Yeah. See, actually, I don't think the ship stuff's that great. Personally, I actually don't like the ship stuff as much as everyone else does. It's kind of cool, but I'm not really sold on that. I just wanted to come out like a big open world adventure game for PS4, and I'm trying to beat it someday. But I don't know. Assassin's Creed. But I mean, I think Watch Dogs. I think I'm gonna really enjoy that. I was so hyped for that. I hated GTA 5. That was a massive letdown for me. And I'm hoping Watch Dogs can be in the game, which will be like, this is how you do an open world game. Obviously Far Cry. And I mean, it hasn't been officially announced, but there's enough there to say. I mean,
it will happen.
Of course they're making it. I mean,
yeah.
They made Far Cry 3 after Far Cry 2, and I don't think Far Cry 2 was half as successful as Far Cry 3 was. I mean, Far Cry 3 really did like build the foundations. I mean, to be fair, right, I love Far Cry 2, but it was Far Cry 3. I just thought, oh, I'll buy that because it looks good, not because I'm so hyped for this game. But when Far Cry 4 gets announced, I'll be like, oh my god, this is so hype. I need this game now.
Yeah.
Rayman series as well. Actually, I think the reboots are done. Origins was definitely a stronger one. I mean, I see.
Legends was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like what it is right. When a game, like, say, when sequels don't really, like, innovate that much, I really feel burned out on them. Like, it happened with Super Mario Galaxy 2, Rayman Legends, and most recently, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which I'm writing a review for Red Clients. I beat that game over the weekend, and, you know, I was really hyped on that because I'm a massive Donkey Kong fan. It's one of my favourite characters. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, some brilliant games, 2 of my favourite games. But this one I just felt... I don't know why it was. It was a great game. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't like, oh my god, this game's amazing. Like, you know, like the type of game you're on, like, you know, rushing home and play on and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just a great game. It was nothing. It wasn't. You know.
It didn't live up to the hype.
It wasn't Red Kong's masterclass.
I'm looking forward to something slightly different because there's something that they've actually teased a bit already. So. I'm looking forward to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes, that looks really good.
Because they're doing a sort of like kind of semi like prequel-y sort of thing.
It's like what they did with Dead Rising with K-Zero.
Yeah, but the only problem is Ground Zeroes cost like 40 quid. K-Zero.
Yeah, it's got that same problem as that Rocky game, isn't it? well, because the Rocky game was shit, but was it Rocky? No, sorry.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Rambo.
Damn you, Stallone.
I'm gonna say
Stallone in every film he's in. So.
No, but I see. I was gonna buy Ground Zeroes because obviously I've got a week off in Easter to just chill out, and I was thinking about either getting Thief or Ground Zeroes for that 1 week where I'm off. Yeah. And I was originally gonna get Thief before I get like more of my money's worth, but it doesn't seem that way at the moment. I mean, I might just because I'm thinking I'm not going to buy that many games this month. I was going to get Yoshi's Island, but I'm thinking I'm not really that hyped for that. I wasn't really a massive fan of Yoshi's Island. I'm going to buy the virtual console version of the original because I can probably get more. I might buy them both and do a comparison on them, which I plan to do. I want to do a comparison on Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country Triple Freeze to kind of because Screw Attack used to have a really good show on called Retro versus Reboot, which I really enjoyed. So I was thinking we could maybe do our own take on that, which can seem original, hopefully. Because obviously it's clearly obvious that I'm a big fan of Screw Attack, and that there's a lot of influence with my styles and Red Coins from them. But I do want to do a show like that. Anyways, gotta move on to a different news story. Irrational Games.
So, Irrational, some crazy stuff been happening over at Irrational. One might say I've been bioshocked by what's been happening over at Irrational.
No, can you keep the puns to a minimum? Come
That
on.
was a great pun.
Right, so
I love that one.
Ken Levine turned around and, to the surprise of a majority of the public, the studio's basically shut down. They've laid off a majority of their staff. I think they're only keeping around 15 staff members, considering the story behind Bioshock's development as well, like Infinite specifically, I guess we can say that it's not really much of a surprise that Irrational's going under, considering
You can pull that down under. Sorry.
nice bit of Aussie music there, but
Good eye, mate.
G'day, mate. Very nice shrimp on the bar.
Oh, well,
I knew that was coming.
I can understand what you were saying, but I don't know. I'm not really sure about because I don't think they could. I think they could have kind of gone on, and there wouldn't have been that troublesome development. But I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of them laying off so many people.
The issue is though, Bioshock Infinite. It took 5.5 years to develop, 5 to 5.5 years ish. And through those years, every time they'd shown off the game, it changed maybe 3 or 4 times from each iteration we saw up until we got the final product. And so that means they had to pay full development team 5.5 years, making 3 to 4 different games, and they only released one in the end. And even then, it did make a landslide, but it wasn't the landslide
Huge
that
landslide by Fleetwood Mac.
I know. No, but the issue is AAA game development at the moment. It's all numbers
really
based.
expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive and it's all numbers based. And if something doesn't hit the spreadsheets and do well on those spreadsheets, like the cost, the profit, the gross, all of that sort of stuff, if it doesn't do well on that, then we're beginning to see that these big developers are beginning to be threatened by it and could potentially close down in the next year afterwards. Like there was this reporter who last year she got a leak from Irrational Games, and they were saying that if the game doesn't do well on the spreadsheets, Irrational Games could shut down the next year.
And it happened.
Yeah, and lo and behold, 1 year later, Irrational Games is essentially shut down.
See, for me, what I really dislike though is that it feels more like the kind of issues and the problems that were had were more from the kind of the creative types, not like at the executive level, but a little bit below. And I think everyone else has kind of taken a bit of taken the hit for the failings of the people kind of higher up in the games company.
Well, what makes you say that it's not the executive level and it's a bit below?
Well, because I kind of don't want to say it, but I think I have a bit of a bias against Bioshock because of its kind of pseudo intellectualism. In a way, it's.
Do you know what it is with Bioshock, right? I always felt, right, that there's people who played the original Bioshock, and people are gonna get pissed off, yeah, right? So,
I'm about to be pissed off as well.
I think I feel the same way you do.
Right.
Yeah.
You get people who play Bioshock and like, oh, that twist was so good, because it was really well.
It was an
It was a really well set up and executed twist.
Yeah, it was a really good narrative, right? But then people try to act because there's people who are a bit smarter and analytical who understand the political underlying meanings in it in the Bioshock games.
It's not really political underlying. It just slaps you in the face with how obvious
But
it is.
See, I think there's people though who are think because this game is political, they think that makes them like intellectual.
Smart.
Well, I've got a friend who loves Bioshock, but I don't think he doesn't understand politics in the slightest. So he's just like, oh, this is so good. I mean, the guy who thinks the political messages in Bioshock is amazing has a "Welcome to the Communist Party" poster. Yeah, I think the thing is with Bioshock is right when it comes to politics, it is not left or right wing. It's because I've always liked that. It's a very anarchist sort of. Well, I don't think like the game creators have an anarchist sort of like point of view, but
the game does.
The game is anarchy in practice. Like I love that quote. It's no gods or kings, just men.
Yeah,
that is a brilliant. So I love that quote in like the sense of like in real term because it is kind of like smashing the patriarchal society we live in. We're all mere men. We're not defined by our riches or our power.
As you say, with the communist flag in the background there, Lenin looking over your shoulder.
I love Lenin. I love communism. No. I actually enjoy politics. I'm not one of these people who thinks, because you get students who, because they're a student, feel that's it's obligatory to become a fucking communist. I mean, we were on what's it called? Northumberland Street. Every time I walk on Northumberland Street, right, I always see these students who they're wearing like really baggy clothes, right? And I'm thinking like, hang on a second, right? You get a fucking student loan, you get student grants, yet you're sitting here singing some political song whilst dressed like a fucking tramp. For all I know, right, you could live down south, right, on a nice big fuck off farm, and you do find a lot of people like I know someone who's in Oxford, and he said, when you on like the first week of like freshers, you'll find these people who are like sitting on the students and the principals like I'd say the office, rolling up like a joint, wearing like tie dye and baggy clothes and like having the hair and dreadlocks and all that. And he said like you'll walk past and someone will always go, "Oh, I heard Dad owns a fucking farm." It's like it's true. Anyways, this is a video game podcast. Let's not talk about politics.
Can we just say that
society?
Can we say that Red Coins does not endorse any political standpoint or ideology? Just by the way.
Fuck Thatcher!
That's one we can all agree on since we're from the north. But regarding the Ken Levine thing, one thing that it's crazy to think about is Bioshock Infinite took over 5 years to develop, right?
Yeah.
Bioshock 2 took, 18 months to develop?
And you know what?
Potentially, Bioshock 2 made more profit than Bioshock Infinite.
Can I say something? I enjoyed Bioshock 2 the most in the series. That was my favourite game because, right? I mean, I do appreciate Bioshock having a mature tone and the symbolism in the game.
You just wanted to be a big guy with the drum.
Yeah, like, look, right? I was talking to my friend actually, we were talking about, I was saying how, like, Metal Gear Solid 3 has a great story, but the gameplay is dated, like, not very well. And that Mass Effect 1 has the best story of the trilogy, but the gameplay is a bit meh. And I was saying how at the end of the day, right, as much as I love a good story and a lot of symbolism in my games, I just like fun, I mean, if you look at a lot of games I've been playing lately, stuff like Donkey Kong Country, Resogun,
Dark Souls.
I mean, like, what I need is good gameplay. A good gameplay is what I care for. A good story, but shit gameplay is not a game I'll play. I'll play a good story with decent gameplay, which if it's playable and if I can get some sort of fun out of it, then I will. But if it's like I'll care for a good game with a great, if it's got a great story, that's just an added bonus. Like Dishonored has it hasn't got like a great story, but it has brilliant gameplay, and that's why I love it. Mortal Kombat has great gameplay and a great story, so win-win.
Did you hear what Shigeru Miyamoto was actually kind of asked about this, about Mario and why they always stick with the princess being rescued by Bowser sort of storyline?
It's because they're misogynistic pricks.
No, it was what he said was basically because he's not making a story, he's making a game.
Well, yeah.
So if you're going to focus too much on the story, then that should be the second thing you think about, not the first.
Right? When I'm objectively reviewing a game, I don't like to review the story as in how good the story is, because I think how enjoyable the story is a subjective point of view.
Yeah.
Because some people could think that Mass Effect has a bad story. Some will argue against them and probably send them death threats. Not saying I'd be one because I couldn't care less. Yeah. But I was like when I was reviewing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I was thinking like I was thinking when it's called Tropical Returns because the first one's called Returns. But what's it called? When it comes to like reviewing like a storyline objectively, I don't review the story itself. I review how the narrative like forms the game, how the narrative coincides with the game, how the narrative creates a structure for the game, and because Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze has the narrative, it makes some sort of sense for how the game and the bosses work. It gets like I've given that like a 3 out of 5 for storyline. I'm not going to reveal what the overall score is, but if you're a fan of Donkey Kong, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Can I just quickly ask what are the reviews actually broken down into? You said 5 stars for storyline. Like there's a 5-star rating for storyline. Is it 5-star for gameplay?
A 5-star for everything. Yeah, it's storyline, gameplay, sound, graphics / visuals, and replayability.
Okay, that's
an overall.
Yeah, it's what we're doing is because I remember my friend he reviewed Fez. My friend posted stays like Harry who posted stays about Fez, and then a friend of ours who will remain nameless, who I've actually already name dropped already in this pod. Well, not name dropped, but I've mentioned him already in the podcast and the stupidity. He was going. He reviewed Fez. He was like, "Oh, it's an 8 out of 10." And I remember I popped with Harry. I was like, how has he pulled that score out of his arse? Has he like? Because when people don't realize that when you review a game, what you do is you kind of like, this is how I do it. I'll score each sort of thing over a certain number. Then you divide it. You do math to the number to get an average.
See, I don't like giving scores out myself. Really, I think because I think you can kind of say what you need to say about a game without using scores. But
the score is an objective thing.
Using the like numbers is just to say, well, basically we're using them to just say this is how much we recommend the game.
Yeah, a number is a signifier. It's for like it's an objective signifier. Whereas you saying I recommend it, that's you like seeing because I'm obviously told that we're having a show called Second Impressions, and I'm hoping for second impressions for listeners at home. What we're going to be doing is it's not going to be a separate review. It's going to be like kind of like a panel thing where like me and a few of us who've played a recent game that just came out, we sit and we talk about what we think of the game. So when the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze review comes out, a few of these later I'll probably post in second impressions, so that'll be me, Dan, and I'm hoping to have one of you guys who doesn't play platformers as much play a little bit of Tropical Freeze like the first world and get your take on it.
I've never played a platformer before properly.
That's perfect then. We're gonna
You've never played a platformer before?
Not
even Mario?
It's not a genre that I'm into. I've never really sat down and said I'm going to play a platformer today.
You're not going to the closet for this. You're going to go to the fucking chokey from the
Oh fuck.
I've played Mario though.
Like once on a friend's DS.
Once.
And even then it was brief, to say the least.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The looks of pure hatred I'm getting around.
There's probably someone on the podcast at home like one of those like 5 listeners like, I want to flame this now. Dislike. Send a virus, dig off some website.
Yeah, just so the listeners know, we think this is weirder than you do.
Ooh, let me remember. We have the official site isn't going to be launching until July, hopefully. But our friends at, I believe it's UK 1861, who are a online clan, they are hosting a Red Coins page, which will hopefully be up by Easter, which will contain, just our videos, reviews, written reviews, news, and profiles for us, and everything Red Coins will be there. So just a heads up, thanks to UK 1861. I'm hoping it's 1861.
Thanks, guys.
If you want to check out the URL, it is UK. It's UK1861.net, I believe. If it's wrong, I apologise to Daryl. And I will put a link. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. But thanks very much to those guys there. Anyways, it's time around.
So.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Check.
Is it? Oh, we're checking.
Yeah.
Yep, we found it.
Yeah.
UK1861.net. Check it out. Give them a good old positive rating. The good
and there's going to be a COD 4 tournament on the 8th of the 3rd.
Yeah, on the 8th of the 3rd. International Women's Day. Which I actually plan on doing a video on female characters in video games.
God, I thought I was going to go horribly sexist for a second.
No.
It's
Whoa.
still fun.
Whoa.
Alright,
Anyways, I think today's been a successful podcast because we're having over an hour. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, we're
And
fairly
we
good
haven't disturbed anybody else. Or maybe we did just then. But anyways, thank you very much for listening. I've been your host, Sam. Please give us a like, a share, a subscribe, a comment, a rate,
all of the above.
whatever.
You
Put on
sexy
Facebook,
babes.
Twitter, Twitch, whatever you can share on. Just let it out there. We'll see you all later.
Bye, lovelies.